Welcome back everyone to episode 18 of Paleo Pines, and we've got some new weather. Look at the mist here, it's very interesting. And look, we actually have a change in the fibre as well, so that's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that. Loaded up, kind of jumped straight into the game. So yeah, I wonder what else is new. This is pretty nice orange trees there, so it's obviously gone into winter, or winters. It's gone into autumn. And you're gonna have to forgive me because I haven't played Paleo Pines in a little while, so all the controls are gonna be off for me. I've been playing Minecraft quite a lot, so the controllers aren't crossing over for me very well. 3 dinos need attention, 1 crop needs weeding, perfect. So Lucky probably needs to be cleaned, and Athena and Hades probably need to be cleaned, so we'll get right on that. So the plan for this episode, if you're watching the Minecraft series, you'll see that I did a kind of time lapse, if you like. I had an audio corrupt, and therefore I had to re-record some bits. So I just did a little time lapse of what the corrupted audio, what we got up to. And I've been thinking that's kind of the way to go for this game as well, just because there's a lot of kind of grinding, and I don't know why you aren't happy. You've got food, there's no poops here. Oh no, because this is Lucky, Layla and Benji, not Athena and Hades, that's why. So what's wrong with you guys? Is it the fact that you're 2 and you should be 3? Actually, I can see in the corner what your problem is. So, yeah, this game is a little bit grindy. Especially I think at the early stage where, you know, you're just kind of developing your farm and getting money. So I think for this episode we're going to do a bit of a time lapse as well, just to get through the kind of more tedious bits. Alrighty guys, so the plan for this episode, we've got into a cycle, I guess, or a little bit of a cyclical kind of problem where we need more space for our dinos because we want to get cute dinos and call them lovely names. We need more space to do that, and we can't get more space because most of our area is taken up by logs and big boulders and trees and etc, etc. We've got this big area over here filled with bushes and we can't get rid of them either. And in parallel with that, as we tame more dinosaurs, we need more food, which means we need more money, etc, etc. So you can see how this is going. To make more money, we need more space, because we need, you know, a bigger farm. To get more space, we need more dinos, but we can't afford to feed them, and we're right back to the start of the problem. So I did a little bit of Googling just to figure out where we are, because, you know, it's cool to come across the dinosaurs and see them in the wild and kind of have that wow reaction to a new kind of thing, a new shiny toy to play with, if you like. But it does get a little bit tedious for you and for me. So did a quick Google, and the type of dinosaur that we need is called a stomper, or the skill that they have is a stomper dinosaur. And there's different species, so according to the wiki anyway, there's some we've seen and there's some we haven't seen. One is the Kentrosaurus, which I think we've seen in the woods up here. I forget what it's called. I actually can't get the name of it. Journal. Viridian Valley, no, it's the next one, which is Dapplewood. Yes, Dapplewood. So I think there's Kentrosaurus in Dapplewood. According to this, we haven't found them. Have we found them here? We haven't found them here either. Okay. Well, I'm talking a lot of nonsense then, guys, I suppose. But, yeah. There's Kentrosaurus and there's Ankylosaurus. There's other dinosaurs too, but those are the 2 that are kind of available to us right now, I think. So that's who we're going to go for. And I've kind of made the decision to go with the Ankylosaurus. So yeah, made the decision to go with the Ankylosaurus. A couple of reasons why. I suppose it's my favorite dinosaur. Um, I think it's just so cool that this thing was like basically like, a walking tank. Um, just a lot of kids growing up would have loved the carnivores, the velociraptors, the T-Rex and stuff like that. But for whatever reason, I just love the Ankylosaurus, and I think part of that stems from um, this fossil that they discovered. I think it was put on display in 2017 in the Royal Tyrrell Museum. They found this amazing preserved Ankylosaurus armor and all, like armor intact in its like living state, if you get what I mean. So rather than the animal dying and decaying and its plates have fallen off and kind of eroded, the animal was preserved as it would have been in while it lived, if that makes sense. So I might throw up a picture of this fossil. It's really famous. You probably know of the fossil to see. They found it. I don't know how they found it, to be honest, because it was in the side of a cliff. It was 8 meters up in a cliff that was 12 meters tall. So it wasn't even like at the top of the cliff and they dug down. Like, that's just nuts. Like, I don't know how they found it. I think it was like an oil sand mine or something like that. I don't actually know what that is, but crazy that they've even found this thing. And then to keep it intact is just even more impressive. So yeah, it's just, I remember seeing this picture and just being like, wow, like that's exactly as it is depicted in a movie or a book or whatever. Like it's just bang on, and it just really impressed me. So it's kind of a goal of mine to visit this museum in Canada at some stage in my life. But I suppose we'll take a pause here because I'm conscious that we're just walking around collecting clover. Alrighty guys, welcome back. A little bit of a delay because I came up here. Ankylosaurus here apparently, in this area. If that's to be believed. Came all the way up here and realised this path is blocked. And now that I'm here, I don't know if Athena's going to be big enough to break this, but we'll see. No, she is. The dread of having to run all the way back to the farm. Okay, moment of truth. I have been lied to. Let's have a quick look up here. Maybe we have to cross this log. There's a log up here, I think. Or maybe that's a different section. Alright, well at least we got a dreamstone. Ah. And you can see down here, and you've probably seen in some footage as well, very quickly, just a couple different bits, a few journal entries. So these are truffles, as you've probably seen. So it seems we're in a new season. I think I said that at the start. We're in this new season. So calendar, where are we? First of the month here, it seems. So this might actually be the end of the year. Look, because we've Triasia 2. So I wonder, is there just like 2 or 3 seasons? Which, it's not too bad. Wisdom Day, cool. What else we got? The first day of so this must be the first day of the year. And then the picnic. Okay, so at least we don't need to wait too long for the picnic to try see those rare dinosaurs again. But yeah, no Ankylosaurus yet. We did, as we were running back to get Athena, we passed some Kentrosaurus, so they are definitely here. But apparently they need a fragrance popping, so something that's not available to us yet, at least. So look, we'll keep searching. I'll leave it here for another kind of time lapse, and I'll speak to you in a few minutes. Alright, just a quick update to, I suppose, so you know where we're at. Um, the Ankylosaurus spawn in the Dapplewood Forest is only during Triasia, so that's why we couldn't find them. The wiki didn't lie, I just didn't read it in full. So we brought Athena back down here to clear this path here. So I'll just show you where we are. We made it here before. We got to probably this area, and what we're doing now is we're breaking through here and pushing up more north back towards this windmill. So poor Athena, she got halfway. She couldn't do it anymore, so that's why young Hades is here with us. And what I'm noticing, just as we're doing this in the background, we're going to need a dinosaur that can clear these bushes soon as well. Because there seems to be a lot of areas we can't access due to our lack of dinosaurs. And here we are, and this is exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. I wanted one in this color, so there's the orange ones and stuff like that, like the styras that we've seen before. And yeah, nice color here. Okay, so go again. Medium blue, small blue, big blue. Okay. Medium, small, large, and 1, 2. Where's the 2, 1? Go again, big man. Medium, small, big, 1, 2. Yeah, we were right. Okay, so medium, small, big, 1, 2. You're not loving it though, so I'm obviously doing something wrong. Ah, full. Start again. Okay, I think the last one just wasn't big enough. Cool. Befriend. Excellent. Okay. And not gonna lie, the wiki told me that they like crunchies, so to save a bit of time, we're going with the crunchies. Lovely. So, I haven't thought about a name per se. Orla and I have been watching season 3 of Camp Cretaceous. It's actually Chaos Theory. I just call it Camp Cretaceous. Season 3 of Chaos Theory, and my one and only love of my life, reason for living, is back. So, yeah, we're gonna go with Bumpy for this Ankylosaurus. The color's a little off. Do you know, the dinosaur over here actually is probably better suited to be bumpy colored. So before we call this Ankylosaurus Bumpy, let me just check what the color schemes are like. Because if we tame this guy, I'd much rather call this one Bumpy. So bear with me, and I'll speak to you in a few. Okay, so I have got ahead of myself. I had a look at the wiki, and there are, you know, uncommon, rare, ultra rare skins, whatever. This is actually uncommon, and this is common, but I much prefer this one, and we've already tamed it, so I'm gonna go with this one. This isn't much like Bumpy from Camp Cretaceous Chaos Theory anyway, compared to some of the skins that are available. So I'm gonna pop them up on screen just so you can see what I'm talking about. And since I mentioned that these guys are like, you know, walking tanks, we're gonna call this guy Fury, because that's one of the first tanks that I thought of from the movie. So pretty cool name. An original name. You know, a lot of the names on our farm are inspired by pets and such. So let's break the trend a little bit and welcome Fury to our little dino farm. And watch now, Fury's gonna have like the most chill, relaxed vibe about him. He's not gonna be Fury at all, but oh well. Great. So Fury should follow us home, and that just leaves us with the problem of making this guy happy, or happy enough that we can put a saddle on him and use him to break up the logs on our farm. So again, it's that kind of catch-22 cyclical problem where we need more space on our farm to get more dinos, but in order to get more space, we need more dinos. So it might take a little while to get Fury up to speed and actually a friend, or a helper, sorry. I think it's a helper, isn't it? So let's just check. Yeah, so helper versus friend. And Fury has no pen, so he's not happy. So let's see, while we're here, I suppose, just how much room he's gonna need. Ankylosaurus. 50 meters squared, so pretty big actually. Yeah, these guys are all 25 and this is 50, so big enough actually. I was actually looking at the Kentrosaurus just because we couldn't actually find an Ankylosaurus, and I was like, oh no, like essentially this episode's going to be a waste. Talking the big game, oh, we're going on the hunt for an Ankylosaurus, and then nothing to show for it. So as a contingency, I was like, fine, we'll tame the Kentrosaurus. They only need 25 meters squared. But the roadblock we bumped into, of course, was that they need fragrant poppins, and we don't have that. So that ruled out the Kentrosaurus for us. There's actually a Kentrosaurus in Camp Cretaceous. I think it's season 3 or 4. We must find his name, and we might tame a little Kentrosaurus and give him his namesake. So I'm going to take another pause here. Alrighty guys, Lucky's pen, 78 meters squared, and we're going to say that Lucky is 25 meters squared, just an assumption, because if you remember, we don't actually have an entry for the Parasaur. So we know that our friend here, Fury, needs 50, so we're going to assign his pen now, and hopefully he will be happy. So this is your home, Fury. Fury has a new home. Agami's budding day. Okay, well we've missed that. Oh well. Into the pens. Yeah, Fury. So he's happy. Happy friend. Has a large dreamstone. Of course, Fury. Jeez, how could we forget, big man? So you can stay here for a few minutes. And the inventory is actually clear, more close here. Storage. Boom. That's nice that we have a stock of dreamstones as well. Just makes it a little bit easier for us down the road. You know, if we're in an emergency, we see an ultra rare Gallimimus and we need to get her tamed and put in, we have dreamstones to spare. So Fury now should be happy. So all boxes ticked. We don't know what his favourite treat is yet, of course. He's Bluebell, so as I said, common. I thought he was Bluebell with scales. So see the little scales here on his flanks? Apparently that's a different skin to just Bluebell. So still common, but we don't care. He looks cool. He's our biggest dino, I think. Yeah, he probably is bigger than Lucky in terms of mass. So yeah. We achieved our goal for this episode so far. We have a trough which is spare. This guy eats a lot though. I think it's 5 food per day, whereas every other dino here is only 2 per day, I think. So one Ankylosaurus is more than 2 Styras, for example. So we're just going to need to manage that big time. We seem to have a good stock of food. I think this is the first time where we've had basically every pen full, but still have excess food as well. So like, you know, everybody's happy here. That should last them, what, 2 times 3 is 6, and we've 40 there, so it should last nearly 7 days, which isn't a lot when you think about how long it takes to grow food in this game. We have some money, so we can buy more food. We need to work out what saffron is for. Makes things both yellow and delicious, so it's obviously for cooking. I'd imagine truffles are the same. And, you know, the budding days here, we've seen it's Agami's budding day. I have a feeling truffles and saffron and such is going to be like a gifting system in this game. So that's another consideration we have to take, is who do we want to befriend, why, what benefits does befriending them bring us. All that is still new to us. You know, oh no, I thought she'd collapsed because of, like in Stardew Valley at 2 AM. Right, so that might be a good place to call it. We're out of energy. Lucky has put in a serious shift. None of it possible, of course, without Layla watering our crops, Athena and Hades pulling a blinder, getting our rock path cleared, just to get our main man here back home safe in his pen. And I think dinosaurs, I think these are pack. So is it 3 or more? Pack, herd. So I think herd is 3 or more, but pack is less than 3, basically. If I have that correct, it's been a while. So we might add a theme to this biome at some stage as well. Let's see if we can do it now. So doesn't actually say, but we can figure that out. It looks like here he likes it to be valley, so of course it's in the valley page, so that would make sense. So we might make this pen valley just so Fury's a little bit happier. But yeah, maybe that's for another episode. We achieved what we set out to do with the help of our friends. We had a good time doing it. And hopefully the video wasn't too long for you guys as well. You know, speed up some of the more tedious things like watering crops and, you know, harvesting some truffles. So yeah, I think maybe in the next episode we'll talk a little bit more about the fossil, because it is really impressive. And I'll leave it here. Thanks for listening, guys. I'll see you in the next one. On behalf of all our dinos, have a good day. We'll chat to you later.